Okay, today we're going to shift functions. They're going to move all over the graph. Since we're just shifting them, it's going to be the same basic shape, will just be in a different spot. So they're telling me that y equals the square root of x looks like this. Okay, so they want to know which graph is y equals x plus 1. Is it A, B, C, or D? So let me show you the general form of a square root function. Okay, it's going to be y equals square root of x minus h plus k. That is the general form. There will be, we could add more onto that later on. When it gets harder, we'll add more to it. Okay, so h is my horizontal shift. So how far right or left? Notice this says minus h and this is positive h. These are opposite of each other, which means they're always going to be opposite. So it's minus 4 inside, it'll be 4 outside here. So if it's minus 4 inside the parentheses, it'll be positive 4 when I figure out what my shift is. If it's plus 6 inside the square root, it'll be negative 6 when I figure out what my shift is. Then k is my vertical. K is my vertical shift, and that's up or down. Okay, positive k, these are the same signs. Okay, all right, so let's take a look at this thing. We have x plus 1, that's an h, right? So that is a horizontal shift. And remember, I changed the sign of it, so it's going to be a negative 1, horizontal shift. Negative 1 means left 1. So which one of these shifted from here, left 1 to here? Looks like this one right here, B did. Okay, on this one, write an expression for h of x in terms of x. So when it says in terms of x, that means, well, let's back up. This is a cubic function, right? Cubic function. It says that f, the purple line, is x plus 2 cubed minus 3. This point right here, this point of inflection where it changes from concave down to concave up, that's my major landmark that I'm looking for. What do I mean by landmark? What I mean by that is that's going to tell me everything about which direction I shift and how far. Okay. Normally, I'm just a regular y equals x cubed. This point of inflection is at the origin. So this got shifted left 2, down 3. And you can kind of see down here how that shows up. Here's my down 3. Now, again, when it's inside a grouping symbol, it's reversed. So even though I went left 2, it's plus 2 here. Okay. So let's see if we can figure this out with the blue line, with h of x. So this point started here. I went right 3, up 4. Inside the grouping is my right and left, but remember it's reversed. So it's going to be x minus 3 cubed. This one up 4. This is the same. This sign doesn't change, right? So like here I went down 3, minus 3. I went up 4, plus 4. My equation is x minus 3 cubed plus 4. So x minus 3 cubed plus 4. Same thing, parabola. I'm looking for landmarks. My landmark is going to be the vertex. Okay, the vertex. h of x, which is the blue one, got shifted right 4, so it's minus 4 here, up 2, so it's plus 2 here. My purple line got shifted left 6, so when I go in my graph, it'll be plus 6. This was a squared, this is a squared. Down 6, when it's outside, it's normal. So there's my graph, x plus 6 squared that's not my parentheses, x plus 6 squared minus 6. The graph of function h of x equals 2x squared is shown on the grid. Graph the function of 2 times x plus 1 squared minus 8. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to match up this blue with this gray. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, so might have to go up, or actually I could go down. There, now it's right on. So this thing got shifted, it wants it to be shifted left 1, because remember it's inside the grouping symbol, so it's opposite, down 8. So for each point, I'm going to have to go left 1, so I'll go left 1 here, down 8. So down 8 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this parabola moved left 1, down 8. Okay, so this is the absolute value function. This right now is considered my grouping symbol. The square root of x, or excuse me, absolute value of x is considered my grouping symbol. So absolute value makes a V shape. Absolute value is my grouping symbol. So if there's nothing inside this grouping symbol, then it does not shift right or left. This is outside the grouping symbol, so that's going to be shifted up or down. All right, so let's first of all match this thing. Okay. There's no right or left shift because there's nothing inside the grouping symbol, and this gets shifted down 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I have to shift this one down 9 too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same type of one. Now, see, I have -8 inside my grouping symbol. So let's match this up. So this says shift right 8, because remember we have to change a sign, up 1. So let's go right 8, up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 1. Okay. This one's a little bit harder. Write a formula for function h in terms of function g. So what this means is I'm looking at, I want to move this from here to here. Okay. And here's how I do that. So it says h of x equals. Now if I just want to say that it's the same exact parabola, which I don't, but if I did, I would just say h of x equals g of x. Okay, but it doesn't. It moves first, right? So this moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Normally a -5, but remember when I do this, I change it, and I have to change inside the grouping symbol. You might say, well, where's the grouping symbol? Right here. So instead of g of x, it's going to be g of x shifted left 5, so this will be a +5. I also shifted up 1, so outside the grouping symbol will be my vertical shift of up 1. G of x plus 5 plus 1. Another one that looks similar, given that g of x equals 2 times the square root of x plus 7 plus 1, write an expression for f of x in terms of x. So this is, we're just doing in terms of x. Last time I said do it in terms of whatever the function was. Okay, so in terms of x, normally this is a square root function, right? Because I got square root. Normally my square root function is centered at the origin and goes something like that. Okay, so I wanted to find f of x, so I would have shifted this left 3. So inside my grouping symbol, I'm going to have a plus 3 because it shifted left 3. So 2 stays the same from here. Square root of x is shifted left 3, so this would be a plus 3 inside my grouping symbol. Yes, square root's a grouping symbol. And then this shifted down 2, so outside my grouping symbol will be a minus 2. So I typed it in as 2 sqrt for square root, parentheses, x plus 3, parentheses, minus 2. Okay, now this says y equals f of x is this. And which of the following graph is y equals f of x minus 4 plus 2, which means I took my graph f of x and I shifted it right 4. And I covered that grouping symbol so I can't see what it is. Right 4. And then this says I shifted it then up 2. So watch out, because look, each line is 2 now instead of 1. So right 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, 1, 2. So it should be right here is my vertex. So that looks like it's D. It's this one, right? So you got to watch out and be careful with that. Alright, so this is the same type of thing. Which the following graph is y equals h of x plus 4. So shift this graph, not my parent graph, but this graph, left 4, because it's plus 4. So if this gets shifted left 4, be careful again. Each line is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like my vertex is going to be right here, and then goes down and goes down, right? So it's at negative 6, 7, it looks like. Negative 6, 7 looks like it's B. Alright, I want to do one more of these and I think we're done. This is a long one. This is tough. It takes practice. Write a formula for H in terms of F. So take F, take this thing, there's my landmark, move it from here to here. Start off with F, parentheses, X, put in my shift. I shifted this right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because I shifted it right, it'll be minus 12. Okay. Then it went down 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it went down, that sign stays the same, minus 4. So I will type in f of x minus 12 minus 4. Okay. All right, what the heck, we'll do one more. Sorry. I get stuck on these sometimes. So take f, which is this graph, and do this to it, which says shift left 3 down 5. It's supposed to be a D. Down 5. So left 3, each line is 2 again. So 1, 2, 3, down 5. 3, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here should be the vertex at 1, 3. 1, 3, no vertex. 1, 3, right here. So it looks like it should be B. All right. I will not click again because this is getting late and you got some problems to do. All right. Talk to you later. See ya.